Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for tuning in into another video. I'm very excited. This video is about 3D printer, the Ender 3 Pro. This 3D printer was purchased by the shinryseries. He's one of my biggest sponsors. A friend, a sponsor. He's a book writer. He has a couple books. You can find the books in the link down below. Please go check them out. You're gonna love them, trust me. I have them. I'm gonna show them to you later. It's a very unique book and very interesting. So right now we're in quarantine season. You'll kill it one day. So let's get right into it, guys. I got a 3D printer here. Thank you to the shinryseries. An amazing person. So what we got here is the service card. Give a surprise. I really don't know anything about this. Alright. It's a little foam. And really what I see is a lot of stuff that I really don't know. I'm gonna put it down and I'm just gonna bring everything out, guys, because I don't know how I'm gonna put it. I don't want to scratch my girlfriend's table. She will fucking flip on me, fucking kill me. So we have here. This is my first 3D printer that I'm ever gonna set up, so I really don't know. I guess this is just a control circuit board. Looks very fancy. Alright, this is something I really don't know what it is. I'm not gonna say shh about it. Just parts. I really don't know any parts. Give me a second, guys. Actually, I'm gonna get the manual so we can talk about them. Okay, guys. So right here we got. Sorry. All the parts, everything we need, and how it's gonna go from step to step. So I'm just gonna try to take everything out. We have a bag with all the tools needed, screws. So let me just get everything out and we're gonna see. What is this? 05? That's what I think I got there. I really don't see any names at the moment. So let me just take everything out and try to get this thing set up. Okay, guys, thank you for understanding. It's a very delicate process. Alright, guys, due to that I'm just at home and everything's just crazy here, I just put everything in the table. These are all the parts that come with it. I'm just gonna try to get everything together one by one. This is an unboxing, and I'm just gonna try to follow the instructions and watch some videos, some YouTube videos, so I can get this done correctly. It's a very expensive gift. Well, and I just really want to do the best that I can. That's why I'm taking my time. This is how everything looks, guys. So this is the Ender 3 Pro. So these are all the parts, guys. So we're gonna get right into it. I really don't wanna just explain what they are because I really don't know or how they work. It's my first time. So let's do this together, guys. Okay, guys, so pretty much what we gotta check is that the printer doesn't have a lot of wobble. Just actually watching a video by a guy. So I'm gonna really post the video in the link below so you guys can watch his video too and learn about this. It's the best way to do this. So it doesn't have wobble though. That's a really good thing. It doesn't really have wobble. So in these bags, you actually find the tools needed, guys. What I'm watching is that if you got any kind of wobble in your bed, you're supposed to place it like this. I'll move it like this just to see if you have anything. But here is perfect. So what the guy I'm watching did was loosen this up a little bit and then tighten this up here first. But he said not to overdo it, just right, not keep pressing against it. Just you'll feel when it's natural to press. After doing that, you do this one same thing, and then you just gotta check the bed. You don't want to over tighten it because then you actually gonna mess up the screws here under the bed. And then all you do is just grab this and try to make sure it doesn't wobble. Hey guys, the next step after doing that is actually turning the machine around. And you gotta check and make sure the feet are level on the side. It depends where you're gonna use it. Oh no. Okay, so mine is not level. I gotta see what I'm gonna have to do. So you actually gotta loosen this up, and after you loosen that up, you're gonna have to level it. So I gotta loosen the one in the back, and I gotta make sure it's pretty level because this is where I'm gonna use it. It's gonna be the table for it. So I gotta make sure it's level. If not, the prints are not gonna come out good. Okay guys, so I'm gonna level that, just loosen it up and then move it around. Let me do the next step, guys. Okay guys, so level ready. So then we're just gonna tie this up in case they're not tied up. You see it was a little loose, and in case you gotta level it again, you gotta do the same steps. It's in both sides actually, and I tested it out here, and then I went to test it out in another table to see, to make, because this wouldn't be labeled, but you'll feel the movement. You just gotta do that. Sorry guys, I have very limited space. And after that we're gonna start the next step, but remember these are for leveling. You gotta make sure your 3D print is not gonna move side to side because then it'll be bad for it. Hey guys, so the next step, let me show you. I actually have to really be careful with this because you don't want to put this where is the wrong place. So look at this one. It's a bar. There's two bars with different screw holes. So this one, look at that face of the printer, okay? Let me try to move it. Yeah, that one is gonna go here. Okay guys, remember these ones go here. The shorter part goes to the bottom, the higher part, the more open part goes to the top, okay? And then you need M545 screws that are gonna go in the bottom of it. It's gonna go right here. I hope you guys see it. I'm gonna try to record it. Let me do that. Let me open the box. These screws come in the whole box with all the other parts of the printer. Let me get to that. Well guys, this you're not supposed to make them too tight either. You're gonna have to leave them a little loose because you're gonna have to adjust the printer as everything else goes. So try to just make sure it's a snug, not super tight, in case you have to adjust all parts of the 3D printer. Sorry guys, it's the first time I'm doing this, so it takes a little bit more of work than what I was expecting, but it's very relaxing, mostly in the quarantine time. Okay, guys, so that's pretty good. Alright, so right now what we're gonna put is the other part of it, the other bar. Make sure the screw part is gonna be towards the bottom, because that's how it's supposed to be in the instructions. You don't wanna have an issue with that. Let me try to put this here. And I'm gonna try to do it in front of you guys. Remember, don't tighten it too much. Remember, M545s. Guys, so what we're gonna do next is actually put the power supply. It's in the instructions. So one thing I didn't know and I didn't even notice, and you have to read, it says input AC input voltage change. Select by switching. Check input voltage, avoiding damage before power on. So pretty much this it has 230 and I guess 115 for America. Had 230, I guess, is for Europe and other countries, but we actually use 115 in the United States. So you gotta change that. If not, you're gonna fry your 3D printer before it even starts running. So we're gonna put it right here. You need the screws M420, and pretty much it's gonna go in here, guys. Let's do this. Place this here. The screws goes here. Okay, guys, so the next step right now is we gotta place another part into it. It's gonna go here is the display of the 3D printer. I guess the display of the settings and all that. Oh well, those are the screws, guys, don't get scared. So actually we gotta put it like this. This is this 3D printer display. Try to. Alright, so it's gonna go here. We need the M58 screws. So pretty much all the screws and everything, it's in the box with everything else. So I'm gonna do that. I think you're gonna need the smaller Allen wrench too. So we're gonna do it right now, guys. Okay, guys, so the 3D printer display is here. It's pretty cool. It looks nice, almost there. Okay, guys, so I turn around the printer. I gotta put this part right here. It's inside the bag where the filament is. It's a switch or something like that, or the C axle limit switch. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. Actually, in the instructions and the video I was watching, it says that this can be like that. It has to be the opposite side. These have to not be vertical, they have to be horizontal. So I gotta look for the Allen key and I gotta loosen it up. I guess they're gonna go. Okay, guys, so we gotta loosen this up. Okay, so we're gonna tie them up. And the instructions is don't tie them up too much. Just make sure they're pretty good. Because it's a plastic part, so right there. Okay, guys. It's taking a little longer than what I was expecting, guys. Okay, guys, so we gotta put the C motor. That's what it's called. Okay, guys, so we're gonna use the M418P screws. We're gonna get right into it, guys. 18P screws. Okay, well, we put C motor on, and that's done right there. And now we're gonna go for that other step, is the rod in there. Okay, now this is where we gotta put the rod in there. Alright, pretty tight. Then we're gonna do the next step, guys. Guys, so we've been doing this up to step 4. So now, right now, we gotta do step 5. I really gotta study this. It looks a little more complicated. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a figure. So let's get right into it, guys. Then we still got step 7, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So it's a couple steps. So we actually gotta use these 2 bars, guys. Alright, so we got 2 bars, and I gotta find out which one I really gotta use, guys. Alright, we gotta put the extruder in here. I don't know how I'm finding out these names. Here. And then we gotta tighten it up. And see what happens. All the tools are there. Okay, guys. That was easy. Next step. Okay, guys, so for the next step, we're gonna be using the M416 screws, and we're gonna have to use this bar. It has to look like this. It has 2 sides to it, the outside, the inside, and it has different screws. Make sure you use this part towards here so it makes that space. And it's gonna be the one with the shoulder screws apart to tighten it up in this part. This is how it looks, okay? The C something. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know the name. So you're gonna use this. Let me get it ready, and I can actually record it because it's a little confusing. I actually had to really look it up. Try to put it in where it goes. It's not easy work. That one is not in. Alright. It's gonna be a little issue. Alright, guys, let me see how I fix this, okay? I actually gotta put it in a flat surface. Try it. So this is a step 6. What we gonna need for this one is the screws M4X16, 2 pieces. For the back plate, that it's where you're gonna have to roll it down in that one of the axes. But before that, we gotta place the extruder and the fan. Well, that's the extruder and the fan on top of that axis. I really don't know the names, but you do this. Make sure it's looking the right way, and the 2 wheels go on top, and the 1 wheel on the extruder go looking down. Okay. After you do that, you just gotta make sure it rolls nice and smooth. And after you put the plate, but that back plate is to make that the wheel go up and down. So this one. So after that, we're gonna. Well, this is a step 8. Actually, I skipped it by mistake. You're supposed to put the belt after, but this is how the belt goes. It actually took a little bit of time because you just gotta make sure you are careful where it goes. Just take your time. The smooth part goes on top, and then the little teeth go in the bottom, and that's what gives that axis the movement from the side to side that the extruder needs to move and be able to print it smooth and correctly. It did take me a little while. You gotta go in it, and then just make sure you just keep it together. The hardest part was to go under the wheels because you still want to do it smooth, but you don't want to mess it up. So you kind of push it little by little. The wheel, you push it slowly so you don't mess it up. And in the bottom where the extruder head is, you're gonna find 2 pieces that actually connect each side of the belt. On the belt, be careful, it's very, very sensitive, so be careful that you don't cut it or damage it on one side. You might have to actually purchase another one, and that's a whole issue because I really don't know the price or anything of it, so be careful with that. I know in the previous step 6 I didn't really finish it, but you gotta make sure the extruder wheels are the two wheels are on top. I'll make sure the front of the fan, the extruder are facing the front of the machine. You don't want it in the back because if not, it's not gonna work properly or correctly. Always look at the front and back because those are very important towards the machine so it works properly. On the other plate that you placed before with the three wheels is just so the machine can go up and down. So you actually gotta make sure it goes the correct way. Actually, that the two wheels are facing out and the one wheel is facing in, and the shape of it is supposed to have be correct, that the screws make sense, because if not, the machine is not gonna work properly. It's not gonna go the up and down that you actually need for it to do it. As you can see, I got the belt there, and now I'm gonna put the other piece. This piece comes with a PLA inside the bag, and this piece was a little tricky because you actually have to loosen up the little two screws that are in there to be able to place him in the correct at the end where the belt is. That just gives the belt the movement needed. What you're supposed to do is like what we did on the previous screws that look like that, loosen it up, and they're I think they come horizontal. You're supposed to turn them vertical in this one actually. So what I did first, I actually loosen them up, put one in there, make sure it look the proper way, and then I just tighten it up a little bit, not too much, and then I did the same thing with the other one. So I was able to tighten it up, go inside, and make sure it was the proper way. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. So that I just try to tighten it up a little bit so it stay in the right place and it's not gonna give me an issue later on. Because if you don't put them vertical, what's gonna happen is when your machine is it's actually doing the print, it can be loose and the whole belt can cause a jam actually. Like if you don't place it correctly, that piece can come off and then you can destroy the belt or have bigger issues with your machine. After I'm done that, I redid the belt and I placed it in the correct spot to make sure it was good enough, not loose, not too tight. It's just a perfect balance. Then I moved the extruder head by hand just to make sure it was running perfectly and correctly. On there. After that, this is the next step. Let me see. I think this is step 9. I just placed it there. As you can see, you're gonna see the rod to your left. You can actually see it, but what I did is just by hand, I placed it where the little gold part to the left is. Yeah, you see, I just did it by hand. I brought it down by hand, and make sure on the side you go by hand. Make sure it's level. Trying to make sure it's not gonna one part is gonna be higher than the other one, but because of the wheels, it kind of levels itself, and that's the great part about it. So I did that one, and that was the easiest part. Then I put the bar on the top. Make sure that the oh yeah, let me see what you need. The M5X25, 4 pieces of those screws, 2 and 2. Make sure that when you place the bar, the little part of the bar that has a hole for the screw is there, not the part that it doesn't have anything. By this I mean it has a little bigger hole where the screws go all the way in, so it makes it nice and even, flat. And then with that, it brings 2 parts to cover the ends of that bar, so it's smooth and you're not gonna have the sharp edges. And then we got step 12 and 11. And step 12 is just put in where the PLA roll is gonna be. You actually need two M5X8 screws, the M15 nut, and you're actually gonna need yeah, the other part. That's how you put it. Is the PLA. So this part was pretty easy too. All right, that's I think I skip a little bit, but yeah, that's the part that you're gonna need the MM5, and you actually gotta do the whole thing with the screw and the nut. Place one, make sure it turns, and do that kind of stuff. So you need to put it in this side to the left side of the front of the printer, because when you fit the PLA into the machine, if it is at the opposite side, you might cause some issues there, because the PLA roll is might get tangled with something or interfere with certain things, and you might have issues with your printer or something. So that's why they say to put it closer to where the extruder is, the extruder head. It's easier just to fit it in there, have less issues. I've seen people that have it on the side of the printer. I really don't know how they do it. Maybe it's just some alterations. I'm really curious to see how people get that done. This was the easiest part I think I've done, and you really don't have to go too crazy with it, because just put it in where the PLA is gonna go. It's easy, and it's not the most damage you can do to your printer, I feel, but I don't know. I'm a newbie to this. But this part was easy, and thank God it was it's not delicate like the other parts. I'm just waiting for this to end. Sorry, guys, I had to do voiceover because my kid was at home when I was trying to do this. His voice there while I was trying to speak, you were not gonna understand what I was gonna try to say. What else, guys? Okay, that you just turn it. You're supposed to put actually that you're supposed to put the longer part towards the back of the printer. So it's a little mistake. Oh, and you gotta connect the tube. That's where the PLA goes into the extruder. So actually, you're looking at this backwards, guys, because I had to change it after. Sorry. So yeah, the PLA is gonna go where the little thing it was. This is the last step actually. All you really gotta do is connect the cables, make sure they match. The easy part with this is that you get a little in the step 12. You get a little picture where everything goes. So most of the cables bring the letters like for the E extruder, X is the X axis, C is the C. You get a couple extra X and C, but it fits in where it goes. They have a special. They're made for each other, so you know what I mean by where I'm looking at it. But just look at the instructions just to make sure where they go, because I think the X and C, two of them go into the front part of it or the side part of it, and then the other X and C go into the higher up higher parts of it, the higher little motors that it has. So I really don't want to give you false advertisement here, but I was just doing it there, and the voiceover doesn't help. But just make sure you connect it to the right one, because I don't know what will happen. Make sure you change the voltage depending where you are before you actually turn it on or do anything with it. It's a lot of cables. It looks confusing, but that whole cable goes to the to the where the extruder is. The getting into the extruder was a little challenging because you actually had to go a little more in. Yeah, yep, there, guys. So those three cables go there. They are pretty close to each other. So, so I'm waiting, guys. Sorry. Right. So yeah. So there, those two cables are very easy. Then the one that goes inside the extruder gave me a little hard time because I didn't want to mess up any connection. So I had to be nice, gentle, and push it very easy, or try to use something that is not gonna damage the 3D printer to be able to just do it. And that one to the screen, it goes into EXP3, because if you connect it to the other ones, it won't work actually. And then that's the power supply. So that just gives power to the whole thing. Yeah, all right. That's important too, because at first I couldn't find it, and sometimes it just stays hidden. What we got now is, I think that's it, guys. It's gonna be the end of it. Finally, after a long day of trying to find out what I was doing, I got it, and it's a very nice printer. Let me see what else I gotta do here. Oh yeah, it says if your extruder is not running nice and smooth, you can actually loosen it up or tighten it up there a little bit to give it a little more of a better guidance. You'll know what I mean. So you actually gotta use our little wrench that comes with it, and then the Allen key. So just wanted to pretty much give you that tip. I actually forgot about this. I read it and the guy online was talking about it. So I just looked up a video, and it was very very helpful, guys. It actually helps, so you actually make your machine way better. Um yep, that was it, guys. It's pretty easy. It makes it move smoother and gives you a better of everything. So guys, this is pretty much the 3D printer ready to print. And remember, level your bed, and I'm do a video about it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. Peace. Have a great day. Peace.